This homeless man orders a cheap meal, but at checkout, he's short 5 cents. He pleads, offers to sing in return. The cashier stares, unimpressed, then dumps the food in the sink. "Don't come back, okay?" James is used to this. He digs through trash to survive. His addiction ruins everything. No job, no future. Wandering the cold streets, a car door swings open. It's Buzz, another addict. He invites James in. No lock, no judgment, just shelter. Buzz pulls out a bag of powder. James hesitates. He's trying to quit. Morning comes. The car owner returns, finds them sleeping. Buzz yells, "Run!" But James is unconscious. Buzz leaves him behind. Luckily, the owner has a kind heart. He calls an ambulance. At the hospital, only one visitor comes. Val, the detox doctor. James sobs, "I'm sorry." Val has seen it all, but she doesn't give up on him. She lets him stay on methadone, helps him through the pain. Before she leaves, she hands back his guitar. To thank her, James plays her a song, soft, honest. Sunlight sneaks through the window. For a moment, he's not an addict, just a man with music. Since his parents' divorce, James's life fell apart. Val knows. That's why she helps. Back on the streets, he bumps into his father. James begs for food. His stepmother intervenes. She hates him. His father looks away, but secretly hands him 20. James expects nothing from life. Then, hope. Val gets him into a housing program, a real apartment. He walks in, stunned, a kitchen, hot water, a couch. He thanks Val, vows to change again and again. That night, he washes up, sleeps. Then, a noise. A break-in? It was you making all that noise. A cat. Through the open window. James doesn't chase it away. He pours it milk. The cat eats. Tail raised. It stays. All right then. One night, okay. But one night changes everything. Warmth enters his life. So does peace. He falls asleep. The cat curls beside him. Morning comes. James takes it door to door. Anyone missing a cat? People ignore him, so he sets the cat free. He can barely feed himself, but when he gets home, the cat's waiting. There's blood on its fur. It's been in a fight. So James picks it up. He'll try again, find its real home. Just then, he runs into his neighbor, Betty. She notices the injured cat, invites James inside. She treats the wounds gently, then warns, the cat needs a vet. James panics. He doesn't have money. Betty urges him to go, not just for the cat, she's allergic to fur. So James takes the cat to the vet. Betty gives it a name, Bob, because he looks like he has a soul. At the vet, Bob curls into James's arms. Even the doctor is amazed. But the bill? 22 pounds. That's all James has for food next week. Still, he pays. Back to the trash cans. At home, giving medicine is a battle. Bob fights, spits, makes a mess. James gives up, asks Betty for help. In her hands, Bob becomes an angel. She laughs. He needs to be neutered. Bob brings them closer. Betty becomes James's first real friend, but he hides his addiction. Because of the vet visit, James misses his checkup. When he sees Val, she's furious. "I trusted you," she says. James explains about Bob, about Betty. Val warns him, "Don't fall in love before you succeed in quitting drugs." James goes home. Outside, drug dealers. But Bob changes things, adds warmth. James takes him to get neutered. Bob's new life begins. One day, James heads to town to busk. Bob secretly follows. He even gets on the same bus. People smile. Bob climbs upstairs, finds James. James is shocked and a little proud. Bob behaves like a statue on the bus. Curious, elegant, like royalty. The driver gives them a leash. In the city, Bob wanders, too curious. So James lifts him onto his shoulders. Bob stays perfectly still. A man and his cat attract a crowd. People stop, smile, tip generously. James makes more than ever. Buzz sees everything. That evening, they ride the bus home. Bob looks out the window, like a king. That night, a feast. A can of cat food. Celebration. Their bond, unlike anything else. James feels new. He walks taller, smiles brighter. Even Betty notices. Bob makes James approachable, but Buzz finds him, asks for money. James wants to ignore him, but he remembers he was once the same. He gives him a few pounds, warns, no drugs. Life picks up. Busking thrives. So does Betty. James brings flowers, ready to take the next step. But at home, he finds Buzz, collapsed, overdosed. James shouts, shakes him. "Buzz, wake up!" Betty arrives. She helps James with the rescue. Bob watches, silent and still. But despite their efforts, by the time the ambulance comes, Buzz is gone. Betty is shaken, afraid. Later, James learns the truth. Betty hates drugs. Her brother died the same way. James listens. Eyes meet Bob's. That night, he makes a promise to change. For himself, for Bob, for Betty. He visits Val, wants to quit methadone right now. But Val says, it takes time. Christmas comes, gifts exchanged. Even Bob gets a card. The air feels sweeter, the room warmer. Bob, still grumpy, but he gets it. The sun shines in, soft, steady. Betty reaches out. Their hands meet. James believes. Maybe now even his family can accept him. He visits his father, brings wine. His dad doesn't refuse. They talk, but the daughters, not so welcoming. Then, Bob pops out of his coat. One daughter loves cats. The other, terrified, screams. Bob panics. Chaos. Decorations fall. The stepmother storms in, yells. James grabs Bob, runs out. That house isn't ready for him, but Bob is. Then things spiral, fast. Street performers get jealous, start trouble. Spectators defend James. Chaos erupts. He's banned from busking, 6 months. Then, he runs into Betty. She sees him taking methadone. He tries to explain. She walks away. She's done. James loses her. Now, no busking, no Betty. So, he sells papers. With Bob by his side, people love him. Photos with Bob, free with every copy. But, he breaks the rules. Each street belongs to someone. A complaint is filed. He's banned for a month. Another job, gone. Money runs low. So, he sings. In quiet alleys. No cops, no crowd, just echoes. One day, Betty finds him. She warns, this is illegal. He knows, but he has no choice. They argue. She leaves. Again, time crawls. James endures. When his ban lifts, he returns. Bob beside him. People flock. Photos, laughter. He's back. But then, a mother and child want to buy Bob. James refuses. Tension rises. Suddenly, barking, a dog charges. Bob bolts. The dog chases. Someone stops the dog, but Bob is gone. That night, James searches everywhere. Until midnight, still no sign of Bob. He returns home, defeated. Bob's bowl sits by the window, untouched. Darkness creeps in again. James stares out at the drug dealers below. Pressure, cravings. He can't take it. He walks out. He faces the dealer. Time slows. James battles inside. Then, he turns away. He walks back, exhausted, broken. But Bob is home, curled up in the kitchen, like he never left, like he's saying, good job. James breaks down, holds Bob tightly. I won't lose you again. I'm a homeless man, but my cat isn't. He finds Val. I'm ready. Val nods, but warns, this next week, it's hell. Before it starts, James visits Betty. He apologizes, tells her he's about to face the final test. She says she'll bring food every day, maybe out of pity, maybe out of love. Then, Hell Week begins. Anxiety, fear, shaking, then anger, hallucinations, pain. It chokes him, twists him, but Bob is there, always. Days pass. Darkness fades. James emerges, alive, new. Val smiles. He's made it. He wants to share the news. He finds Betty, moving out. It stings, but she leaves her new address. Maybe it's not the end. James moves forward, fully clean. He visits his father again. This time, Dad hugs him. He shows James his wallet. Inside, a photo, James's photo. He's never stopped caring. Then, the world notices. James and Bob become internet stars. Videos go viral. A publisher calls. James writes his story. It becomes a bestseller. And at the book signing, James and Bob take center stage. This time, not on a sidewalk, but in the spotlight. A person's rebirth requires a strong belief in living, the courage to face pain and reality directly, and finding a reason to live. When you have someone or something to care about, you have a direction, even if your support is just a cat.